Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Stuck in the Kernfield, where we explore Illinois and the Midwest. Most small towns across America have that one mom and pop shop that the locals all rave about, while outsiders just don't quite understand the appeal. But what about those shops that expand into chains? Have you ever wondered which ones began in your own backyard? Today we're going to take a look at 7 chains that began in my region of the country. So here are 7 restaurant chains from Illinois. Number 7. Dos Reales. Dos Reales is best known for their burrito bravo, which is just a large burrito. They also sell cold cinnamon horchata. And if you go on your birthday, they provide a complimentary dessert along with a festive song and dance for you and your guests. So that's fun. It operates as a franchise in the states of Kansas, Missouri, and Illinois. The first branch, located in Champaign, Illinois, was founded by Alvaro Quesada and his wife Leticia, as well as a group of friends and family. Several years later, they began to expand operations into other parts of Illinois and into Missouri and Kansas. The staff and owners make regular visits to Mexico City for product research. Today, there are several locations in Illinois in Champaign, Charleston, Rockford, and Loves Park. There's one in Columbia, Missouri, and then there are locations in Kansas City, Overland Park, and Shawnee, Kansas. The location in Kansas City is named Sol Azteca, and the location in Charleston is named Los Potrillos, but they are owned by the same group and feature the same menu. Number 6. Rosati's Authentic Chicago Pizza. Rosati's is an American casual dining restaurant chain specializing in Chicago-style pizza, with their headquarters located in Elgin, Illinois. The first Rosati's restaurant was founded in 1926 by Saverio Rosati on the corner of Pulaski and Madison on Chicago's west side. That location closed down when Saverio retired, and in 1964 was reopened in Mount Prospect, Illinois by Saverio's sons. An additional location was opened in 1970 in Arlington Heights by Saverio's grandson, Rick. By 1978, 10 family members owned separate Rosati's pizza locations. The following year, they decided to start franchising their concept. Then in 1995, Saverio's 5 sons grew the company to be the 4th largest pizza chain in the United States, behind Pizza Hut, Domino's, and Little Caesars. In 2018, they were listed as number 21 on Pizza Today's list of the top 100 pizzerias. Rosati's has over $211 million in revenue, and today there are more than 200 locations across the United States, with more than a third of them in Illinois. Number 5. Monocle's Pizza. Monocle's Pizza began as a small family business. It was founded in 1959 by the Monocle family in the central Illinois town of Tolono. Their thin crust pizza became such a hit with the local community that they began opening additional restaurants. They now have over 60 locations in Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, and Wisconsin. About half of the locations are franchised, while the others are owned by the corporation, and the corporate office is located in Bradley, Illinois. If you get the chance to go to a Monocle's, a good way of blending in with the locals is by dipping your pizza into the French salad dressing. I know it sounds weird, but just do it. Number 4. Portillo's. Portillo's is an American restaurant chain that specializes in serving Chicago-style food. The company was founded by Dick Portillo on April 9, 1963 in Villa Park, Illinois, under the name The Doghouse. After returning from serving in the Marines, Portillo used his savings and an investment from his brother Frank to open a hot dog stand, which they housed in a 12-foot trailer that had no restroom and no running water. They named it the Doghouse and operated the stand on North Avenue in Villa Park. In the early stages, the stand was losing money and Portillo needed to find a way to turn it around, so he did research on how other competitors were operating and found out where they were purchasing their products. He continued that process of learning by visiting different competitors. By 1967, the Doghouse was in good standing, so it was upgraded to a larger trailer and renamed Portillo's. In 1970, he partnered with Harold Ruskin and opened up his second location in a shopping mall that Ruskin owned. Today, they have locations in northern and central Illinois, Indianapolis, Phoenix, Minneapolis-St. Paul, Milwaukee and Madison, Wisconsin, Southern California, Tampa, South Bend, Indiana, Fort Wayne, Indiana, and the Quad Cities. Number 3. Steak 'n Shake. Steak 'n Shake is an American casual restaurant chain with locations in the Midwestern, South, Mid-Atlantic, and Western United States, Europe, and the Middle East. A.H. Belt, who went by the name of Gus, founded Steak and Shake in Normal, Illinois in February 1934 when he returned after serving 4 years in the United States Marine Corps. At that time, he owned a combination gas station and chicken restaurant called Shell's Chicken, which he then converted into a hamburger stand. Following the success of the original restaurant, Belt purchased a chain of goalpost restaurants throughout central Illinois, converting them into Steak and Shake restaurants. The original building at the intersection of Main Street and West Virginia Avenue was damaged by a fire in the early 1960s, but it was repaired and its dining room expanded. In the late 1990s, Steak and Shake sold that building to the Monocle's Pizza Company. Today, the chain has grown to over 600 locations. Number 2. Jimmy John's. After graduating second to last in his high school class, Jimmy John's father gave him the choice of either joining the military or starting a business. Jimmy John decided to go with the business, so his father financed him with $25,000 to start a hot dog business in exchange for owning 48%. Jimmy John learned that a hot dog business would cost more money than he had, so he decided to open a sandwich shop instead. I don't know why sandwiches are cheaper to make than hot dogs, but apparently that was the case in the 80s. On January 13th, 1983, the first Jimmy John's opened in a garage in Charleston, Illinois. The rent on the building was only $200, and the equipment consisting of a refrigerator, a chest freezer, an oven, and a meat slicer were all used. Despite the poor location of the store, it actually turned a profit that first year, mostly due to Jimmy John's willingness to deliver his sandwiches to the nearby dorms at Eastern Illinois University. He also handed out free samples for marketing purposes. In April 1985, Jimmy John bought out his father's interest in the business, becoming the sole owner. In 1986, he opened his second store in Macomb, Illinois, and in 1987, he opened a third in Champaign, Illinois. Jimmy John continued opening more stores and developed a prototype before beginning franchising in 1994. The first franchise store opened in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. In 2001, the 100th Jimmy John store opened in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. In 2007, the 500th store opened in Seattle, Washington, and in 2010, the 1000th store opened in Beaverton, Oregon. Number 1. Dairy Queen. The soft-serve ice cream formula was invented in 1938 by father and son duo John Fremont McCullough and Alex McCullough. They had a friend who owned an ice cream shop by the name of Sherb Noble, so they convinced him to sell their product in his store. They realized that they were onto something when the ice cream store sold over 1,600 servings of the new dessert in just 2 hours. The trio opened the first Dairy Queen store 2 years later in 1940. Since that first year, Dairy Queen has operated on a franchise system, allowing it to expand globally. The first Canadian location was opened in 1953. There are now over 6,000 locations worldwide. The state with the most locations is, unsurprisingly, Texas, and the largest location within the U.S. is in Bloomington, Illinois. Today, Dairy Queen is owned by Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett's company. So those were 7 restaurant chains that got their start in Illinois. As an added bonus, an honorable mention goes to Home Run Inn Pizza. This is a pizza chain that has 9 locations in the Chicago area, but they can be found in a freezer near you thanks to their line of frozen pizzas. Leave a comment below if you can think of any restaurants that should have been on the list. And don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell icon if you liked this video. And until next time, I remain stuck in the Kernfield.